What is going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome back to a brand new locals feature match. Here we are in round one for the week. I know I usually post the feature matches on Monday, but I wasn't actually able to go to my locals this Saturday because I was at an OTS at a different locals about an hour and a half away, and went pretty long. 6 rounds of Swiss and then top cut. So and one of my friends actually ended up winning the event, so I decided to stay the whole time. None of you guys have saw my brother actually ended up getting top 4 with Earth Machine, so it was a really fun event overall. Yeah, couldn't go to locals later that day to record, so I decided I would record on the following Tuesday. And here is that round 1 match. We've got Beetrooper versus Swordsoul. Beetrooper on the left, obviously Swordsoul on the right. Let's take a look at the poll results, though, before we get any further into this particular matchup here. I asked you guys who you thought would win, and about 2.1 thousand votes. Swordsoul taking the commanding lead in the poll results, 78% to 22%. So let's see if you guys are correct. Beetrooper leading with a copy of Sting the Poison. Then going to go ahead and summon out Pin the Bullseye to go ahead and activate Spec to burn for 200 damage, and summoning out the Twin Bow, the attacker, locking him into the insect monsters in the extra deck, which I don't think is really an issue for this deck. I think the only non-insect they typically go for would be like access code, but they don't need access code going first, obviously. So yeah, gonna go ahead and link into the Armor Horn, which, if it were to resolve, could give him an additional normal summon of an insect. But is going to be met with Imperm. Then we're going to see him summon the new Beetrooper. I believe that is a Salt Roller. Kind of acting like as an Aztekipede in Archetype. And then we'll see him link into the Insector link, pitching a Fly Instinct to the graveyard to go ahead and equip one other insect monster from the deck with an insect monster. And I think he's going to go ahead and grab the Resonance Insect here, of course, because when that hits the grave, he can go ahead and search, I believe. And then when it's banished, he can go ahead and add. Or maybe vice versa. But either way, we're going to see him link into the Invincible Atlas. Pretty good boss monster, pretty good extender. Yeah, so we will see him at a level 5 or higher. That's going to be the Doom Dozer, and that's going to pair perfectly well with the Resonance Engrave. So he's going to banish both the Assault Roller and the Resonance. Resonance effect is going to go ahead and send Goki Pull, and Goki Pull effect to go ahead and summon. Because you can add, I think, an insect off this, but if it's a vanilla monster, you can actually summon it to the field. So we will go ahead and summon Killer Needle off of that, just so we contribute it off for the Invincible Atlas to go ahead and summon a Beetrooper from the deck. He's going to go ahead and summon out Scout Buggy, and with it another copy of Scout Buggy to go ahead and go into a rank 3, which is going to be the Cicada King, which is basically a negate for any face-up monster on the field. So pretty strong card to have there. And then it can change its battle position too, I believe, when it negates something. And when its battle position is changed, you can summon an insect from the grave. So you could actually arrive Sting the Poison, which is a negate of a monster by attributing another insect. So that could act as a nice interruption there too. We're going to see him link off the Doom Dozer and the Armor Horn into the Seraphim. That can remove counters during the opponent's turn to go ahead and bring back Sting. And again, that's just another interruption there. And speaking of Sting, Flying Sting is in the graveyard. And you can go ahead and reset that back since he does have an insect monster on the field, I think with 3,000 or more attack. So if you want to look at it like this, he's got 1, 2, 3 interruptions on the field. So not terrible. We're going to see him remove a counter here, I believe, early on in the turn. And that is going to be met with Chalice. So Imperm plus Chalice here to break the board so far. Pretty strong. But again, still able to end on Cicada King plus Flying Sting and a card in hand. So, I mean, I don't know how much follow-up the deck currently has as is. I think the card in hand is actually the Field Spell and Book of Moon. Must be nice to open Book of Moon, Chalice, Imperm, and Vishuda. So we're going to see him obviously summon the Vishuda, link into Monk. Vishuda effect to go ahead and spin one back. And that is going to be negated by the Flying Sting. I think, or if he's going to bounce, he's just going to bounce back the Flying Sting, it looks like. And then Ecclesia. What an absolutely stacked hand. Book of Moon, Imperm, Chalice, Vishuda, Ecclesia. That is quite the hand. Oh, and an extra Vishuda in hand to boot to make the Ecclesia live. Yeah, that's, I mean, that's quite the hand right there. I don't know what else to say. That's a good hand. So reveal the other Vishuda to go ahead and summon a token for Mo Yi. And then you can go ahead and synchro here into Chi Zhao. You get the Chainlink 1 Chi Zhao, Chainlink 2 Mo Yi, draw a card, and search a Swordsoul card. And that's exactly what we're going to see. So we'll draw one. And see what he's going to go ahead and search here. Obviously, he hasn't committed the normal summon yet. So any, you know, he can go and grab Tenyi here and continue into another level 8 synchro. Could go into the Berserker of the Tenyi to help, you know, clear the board a little bit more, run over the Seraphim, you know, boost it up so it can get over the Invincible Atlas. And then I think the rest of your board takes care of everything else pretty much. So the board pretty much broken here. I don't know what our Beetrooper player is going to have to draw necessarily to out this board, because I don't really see too much follow-up here. So yeah, he will go ahead and grab the Tenyi, normal summon Tenyi effect, go ahead and banish the Mo Yi, and then synchro the Tenyi and the Mo Yi, or the token into Draco Berserker as expected, and then Tenyi effect to go ahead and send one. He's going to go ahead and send the Ashina, and that can, I believe, banish it to summon a Tenyi from the deck, I believe. Because I think Adara adds one back from banish. Vishuda bounces a card, obviously. I think Ashuna adds or summons one. I could be wrong. Yeah, so we're going to see him, you know, attack over the Seraphim as expected with the Berserker. Activate its effect to go ahead and gain the attack and then make another attack over top the Invincible Atlas. And then Chi Zhao over the set Cicada King, which actually has a pretty big defense. So Monk isn't going to be able to clear it, so he's swinging 1,000 direct. So he's going to have to play through the banish from the Berserker and the negate from the Chi Zhao, which is going to be easier said than done. But does find a sting off the top, which is a really, really solid draw here. And we will see if this here resolves momentarily. Looks like he is going to chain Draco Berserker to negate, or not negate, but just to banish. Really, really strong card. Like, yes, it doesn't negate, but like a lot of the times if your opponent's trying to get off the ground like this and you're just clearing a body that they need on field, it's going to make that, you know, make it very hard for them to keep climbing into bodies that can actually deal with the board. We're going to see him add a copy of Twin Bow, the attacker, another copy of good old Twin Bow. And then we know he does have the field spell in hand, so we'll go ahead and play that. Luckily, Chi Zhao can only negate monsters here. But he will take a whopping 3,000 damage from bringing back the Invincible Atlas, which cannot get over the Berserker. We're going to see him summon out the Twin Bow and activate the effect of Invincible Atlas, which actually doesn't keep its protection, because it says if this Link summon card, I think it has 3,000 or less attack, it can't be targeted. So since it was not Link summoned, you know, game state does not remember that. It was special summoned from the grave. Chi Zhao can actually go ahead and target it here by banishing Tenyi. And yeah, I really don't think there is much you can do here at this point. A lot of setup. You can go ahead and reset the Flying Sting, which is, you know, only going to do him so good because he does have another Vishuda in hand. You know, go ahead and pass turn on that. And yeah, not really much else you can do here. I mean, can literally just go battle phase and run it over with the Berserker. Since I think Berserker keeps the attack, I could be wrong, but you know, the brief memory I have of playing against that card, I can remember that I think it keeps the attack, but again, I could be wrong. We're going to see him start with the Ashina and Grave, and see if our opponent has a response to this here. He does have the Flying Sting set. It looks like he is going to Flying Sting, because, I mean, again, you kind of have to. So, yeah. That will go ahead and negate the Ashina. He does have a Vishuda in hand, and I think an Imperm as well. I don't know really what the holdup is here. I think game is like 100% on board. Unless I'm absolutely just missing something with the Berserker. Yeah. This card gains attack equal to destroy monster's original attack. Also can make a second attack on a monster during this battle phase. Yeah. So, like, I feel like you just go battle phase and run it over. But, Yeah, either way, we're into game 2, and as we do head into game 2, I want to mention a quick shout out to Imperium Duelist. If you guys are interested in picking up amazing playmats, sleeves, deck boxes, dice, etc., check them out at the link below. They still have magical formula binders in stock. I think they have those Tune oversleeves in stock still. I could be wrong. Check them out at the link below, and don't forget to use my discount code WinnerKillston at checkout to save 10% off your entire order and support the channel in the process. And if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player during the Black Friday or Cyber Monday sales, which are happening tomorrow, obviously, and then on Monday, don't forget to use my TCG Player affiliate link anytime you guys shop and check out. Using that link is small, but the revenue from your purchase will go right back in the channel, and it does help out a ton. So do definitely consider supporting the channel in that manner. And by the way, for those that are celebrating Thanksgiving, I hope everybody's having a good celebration so far that is celebrating. And thank you guys for tuning in to the channel on a day like today. So I really do appreciate that. We're going to see him activate the Inzektor link here, though. It is going to be met with Valor. And, or is it? Oh, no, he's getting Resonance Insect Effect. I was like, wait, is he resolving it? But he already had Resonance on the field. Summon Doomdozer, banish the Resonance, and banish the pin. No Resonance Insect Effect here. Just going to link into... I wonder if he forgot the Resonance Insect Effect. Oh, yeah, he's going to go back and get the Resonance. So, yeah, don't want to forget that. Dump Gokipole, and go ahead and summon out Killer Needle. And for those that are wondering why Killer Needle might be played in a deck like this, it's because it's the lowest, and the only reason I know this is because my good friend Partho plays Beetrooper, or has played Beetrooper extensively in the past, and is really, really good with the deck. The main reason he played it was because it is the lowest attack vanilla normal insect monster in the game. So it allows you to, with Gokipole, is you get to pop a monster that has attack equal to or greater than the monster that you summon off of it. So, you know, playing a card like Killer Needle makes the most sense. Since you can destroy a lot more things with it. So yeah, he's going to get into Cicada King off of the Invincible Atlas, summoning out the Scout Buggies from the deck. Added the Arbalest this time around off of the Gokipole, so he has good follow-up here. That'll help him recover next turn, and also has the Set Chalice too. So pretty good board here. Follow-up, +2 interruptions, and a big body that is going to be a little bit difficult to get over, unless our Swordsoul player just happens to open Cracked again, you know, with what, 4 going second cards, and then, you know, 2 engine cards. Pretty crazy. We'll see if he finds that same kind of luck this time around. Again, just 2 interruptions here on the field, because the, well, actually 3 interruptions here, technically. You have the interruption of the Cicada King itself, and then bringing back Sting, which is another negation, and then Chalice is another negation on top of that. Buddy Heart opens the Long Yun with the discard for it to go ahead and synchro into Baron de Fleur on the 3rd summon, by the way, and also burn for 1200 just because, you know, because burning for 12 is pretty cool. Why not? Everybody thought Kaina was going to be crazy in time. Imagine Long Yun in time when events start coming back in full swing. 1200 damage is quite a bit. Looks like he also has Dark Ruler in hand. Yeah, Dark Ruler is pretty solid. So open Dark Ruler, Long Yun, plus a Vishuda, I think he discarded. The other card I can't really tell what it is. Maybe double Dark Ruler? Hard to tell from this angle. But I mean, at this point, like, Long Yun is such a strong card, like, it demands a negate. But unfortunately, the Beetrooper board does not put up negates that can stop monster effects in the hand. Really adept at stopping things on the field. I mean, you could actually go ahead and trade 1-for-1 here with the Baron. Not anymore, though, now that Dark Ruler has been slapped in the board. Damage, of course, has already been dealt. Can no longer deal damage for the rest of the turn, though. So it looks like he's going to attempt to go battle phase and clear the Cicada King, and then I think main phase 2. Maybe attempt to pop the Invincible Atlas, or maybe attempted to pop the Chalice. And then he's going to negate the Chalice and pop the Invincible Atlas? Wait a second. I thought Invincible Atlas couldn't be targeted, though. Oh, its effects are negated. My bad. I was like, wait a second. All right, that makes more sense. That's why I was going to say, like, that something about that didn't seem right. But, yeah, Dark Ruler is also a card that I apparently just let fizzle in my brain. But it happens. So we will set one card and pass turn back to our Beetrooper player, which we know has Arbalest in hand. And can't really see exactly what he top decked here. So he will normal summon Arbalest. And, of course, the Baron has already burned its negate at this point. But he's got another Chalice. Chalice, the War of the Chalices here so far in Game 2. But that last card in hand better be... Well, I mean, he always have, like... That's the one nice thing about the Beetrooper deck is, like, I feel like its graveyard can act as a second hand sometime. And then you, like, have that good synergy with cards like Doom Dozer, Assault Roller, and Aztekapede if people are still playing that with the Resonance Insect. I think it's a lot going for it, and a really strong engine that can play through a few interruptions here and there and put up a pretty modest board at the end of the day. So we will be able to bring back the Armor Horn, which, you know, having in-engine Brilliant Fusions is pretty cool. Link into the Seraphim, which I think is now at 2,500 because of the counters it gains. He'll set one, and it looks like he'll go ahead and pass turn. And here in the standby phase, I'm assuming we're going to see Seraphim activates effect to go ahead and remove a counter to revive one from grave. But there is another Chalice there. Our Beetrooper literally just cannot catch a break at this point. Probably trying to revive a Beetrooper to make the Fly and Sting live as the Baron pops it. Battle phase, run over the Seraphim, who's at actually 25 there because of the Chalice. Set one and pass turn. And our Beetrooper player, unfortunately, not seeing anything he needs there. Pass back to our Swordsoul player. No standby phase, effective Baron again. I mean, you could bring back something like Long Yun, but I don't know what good that does to you. So you might as well just leave the Baron on field. Swing in for 3k. Pass turn. Our Beetrooper player given another chance here. He's unfortunately got the set one and pass. And our Swordsoul player had peek in turn, so he could last turn, so he could have technically used that to bring one back and maybe just close the game out right then and there. But actually, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, probably not. So just holding it until he can actually make an actual push for game. So he will use Baron, pop the set. It's just another sting or another pin. And yeah, there's Long Yen getting brought back. And that is going to be the match. Swordsoul taking it in a commanding 2-0. Looks like you guys were correct this time around. And if you guys want to see more of my content, click on one of the videos popping up at the bottom of the screen right now. And last but not least, a special shout out goes to our Divine level channel members. And they're Cadillacs84, Pony Start, Key Sitters, and Tweeter0226. Thank you guys so much for your extremely generous and continued support of this channel.